Hey, all, good morning. Welcome into another Saints pregame live chat brought to you by Bud Light, your Bud Light ingredients to Saints success. Ingredients for Bud Light proudly displayed on the label. It's hops, barley, water, and rice. And we're going to get into Deuce McAllister's ingredients to success here. Neither star running back is in the game with Derrick Henry and Alvin Kamara missing, but we will have Mark Ingram leading the way for the Saints. And I don't think there's anyone better to talk about the running game than Deuce McAllister. So let's bring him in here. But, let's talk about the game. What do you think? Obviously, there's the running game on both sides is going to be a factor in the sense of can you get it going? How do you see kind of that stacking up today? Two teams that really like to run the ball and don't have the guys they like to run the ball with.
Yeah, that they don't have the guys that they like to run the ball with. And so it's unfortunate that neither of your star guys are going to be available. And for the Saints, obviously they feel comfortable with Mark being able to tote the football. With me, it's who's behind Mark. Is Montgomery going to be able to go? You're looking at some of the other guys maybe calling up Lamar Miller from the practice squad. And so the question becomes, what do they do there as far as the run game is concerned? So, I think anytime that you want to have some of those double teams up front, slow down that defensive line, that's what you got to do. But not having Teron Armstead is going to hurt you because now normally you can leave him on the island, and say he's okay. I figured they'll bump Hurst out to that left tackle and they'll insert Hockenmore, then we'll kind of just go from there.
For sure, and while we're on the run game, I didn't bother with this last week because I figured it wouldn't happen this week. Obviously, Mark Ingram needs 20 yards to set the new rushing mark. It's not something that happens very often where you're calling a game that your own record gets taken down in. Is it going to be kind of a weird moment?
Well, I don't think it's necessarily weird for me. I think, at the end of the day, the record was going to be eventually broken, whether I was involved with it or whether I was not. And so for me, I know Mark personally off the field. I'm extremely proud for him. I know some of the things that he has been through, what he's worked through to get to that point. So, I think it's something obviously he and his guys, the teammates, they'll definitely enjoy. They definitely earned. And so, I think for myself, I'm going to call it. I'm going to, talk to him after the game and, tell him how proud I am of him. And, we can just move on.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just really kind of a unique scenario. And one thing that I noticed yesterday, because of the timing of his trade, if he plays in every Saints game this season, he'll have played in 18 games, which is, I'm pretty sure that would be a first in the NFL, considering they played 16 games before this season. One last question before I let you go. Obviously, Trevor Siemian, Ryan Tannehill, who do you see having the edge in that quarterback matchup? I think conventional wisdom would be Ryan Tannehill, but, the way the Saints operate on offense, I think, is a lot smoother compared to how the Titans want to operate on offense and can't without Derrick Henry.
Well, I think, when you talk about not having Derrick Henry, not having Julio Jones, and so for Ryan Tannehill, he's got to lean on some other guys. Now, he's got a great option in A.J. Brown, but for the Saints, you don't have Alvin Kamara, who is a big part of what you want to do from an offensive standpoint, but you haven't had Michael Thomas all year. So it's not like you're losing a star receiver in that aspect. I still have to think, just with the experience that Tannehill has in this offense up here, he's probably got the edge, but the Saints have to be able to affect him and put him in long situations and kind of take away that A.J. Brown option and make him have to go to some of the other guys.
For sure. Yep. Saints are on the road without several key players. It feels like we've watched this movie before because we have. But again, thanks, Deuce McAllister, for joining us this morning. You can catch him on the call at WWL AM 870 FM 105.3 alongside Mike Haas. And again, thanks for tuning in and good luck today, Deuce.
Thank you.
All right, man.